Experts reveal the key ingredients to a happy family life. From the Brady Bunch and Partridge Family to the Cleavers, Cunninghams, and Cosbys, images of happy families have rarely been in short supply. We all have ideas about what they should look like. Does yours fit the portrait of a happy family? If not, don't despair. Number 1. Enjoy each other. The essence of a happy family is that they truly uplift each other, and that all comes down to how they treat each other, says Rabbi Shmuley Botich, a New York-based family and relationship counselor and host of the learning channels Shalom in the Home. There is a joy that characterizes their interaction, says Botich, father of 8 children and author of several books, including the forthcoming Shalom in the Home. Parents come home, and the kids are happy to see them, and when kids come home, the parents are happy to see them. Number 2. Swap stories. When your kids come home, ask them what happened in school and have a story for them, he says. If you come home dejected and not really interested, and then 5 minutes later the TV is on, why would they be happy to see you? The bottom line, he says, is that when you come home, your kids have to come first. You must drop everything you are doing and always come home with something to share with your kids, whether a story or even the smallest vignette, he says. This way you give your kids something to look forward to. The great bane of family life is boredom, and that is what leads to dysfunction, affairs, and kids wanting to be with their friends over family. Number 3. Put the marriage first. Set a real example of love, Botich says. The relationship in marriage must come first. Think Carol and Mike Brady of the Brady Bunch and Cliff, and Claire Huxtable of The Cosby Show. There are many families where kids always come first, says Botich. Then they become substitute providers of love, he says. That's an unfair burden to put on a kid. It's also bad for families, he says, because kids will move out of the house eventually. Number 4. Break bread together. Families that eat together stay together. It's that simple. Family dinners are essential, Botich says. It's a time to connect. Have a minimum of 4 family dinners per week, he suggests. Number 5. Play together. Have 1 or 2 unifying activities that the family does together on a nightly basis, Botich says. He suggests bedtime stories for young children or reading a chapter from a novel to an older child. Your child's bedtime routine. Bedtime routines are important for children, regardless of age. Regular schedules and bedtime rituals help us get the sleep we need and give us the ability to function at peak levels. When it comes to children, having a routine is especially important. Establishing and maintaining good sleep habits helps your child fall asleep, stay asleep, and wake up rested and refreshed. It may also prevent future sleep problems. Good sleep habits can not only take the stress out of bedtime, but can help make it the special time it should be for you and your child. There are no hard and fast rules for bedtime. Each individual has their own sleep needs. Your child is unique. If your routine is working, then it is probably best for you. That said, some approaches work better than others. The following guidelines have been shown to be effective. 1. Make sleep a family priority. Determine how much sleep each family member needs and ensure that they get it. Discuss any sleep problems with your child's doctor. Most are easily treated. 2. Learn to recognize sleep problems in your child. Signs of sleep problems include difficulty falling asleep, nighttime awakenings, snoring, stalling and resisting going to bed, having trouble breathing during sleep, and loud or heavy breathing while sleeping. Sleep problems can be evident in daytime behavior as well. If your child seems overtired, sleepy, or cranky during the day, tell your child's doctor. 3. Consistency. As in all aspects of parenting, consistency and follow-through are key ingredients for success. Without them, you just can't expect your child to learn or change behavior. 4. Teamwork. It is important for you and your partner or spouse to discuss your strategy beforehand and work as a team. If you are beginning a nighttime program, explain your new expectations to your child if they are old enough to understand. 5. Set a regular bedtime and wake time. This sets and aligns expectations for both you and your child and allows you to plan the bedtime routine accordingly. 6. Routine, routine, routine. Kids love it, they thrive on it, and it works. Routines set expectations and help train behavior. A nightly bedtime routine helps your child learn to be sleepy. Just like reading in bed may put some of us adults to sleep, even when we're out of bed. The structure of bedtime routines also associates the bedroom with good feelings and provides a sense of security and control. Routines can take the stress out of bedtime and help make it a special time, especially if you have more than one child. 7. Dress and room temperature. Again, there are no absolutes here, but a rule of thumb is to dress your child basically as you dress yourself, keeping in mind that younger children often kick off the covers at night and are unable to cover themselves. People generally sleep better in a cooler, but not cold, rather than warmer room. 8. Transitional object. Bedtime means separation, and that can be made easier with a transitional object, like a doll, teddy bear, blanket, or other comfort item. This kind of object can provide a sense of security and control that comforts and reassures your child. Number 6. Put family before friends. In happy families, family comes before friends. He says, the camp counselor understands something that parents don't, and that is that caring for kids also has to be fun. Give rules, but understand that kids need fun too. When kids get bored and listless, they start looking for excitement out of the home, and that is when friends become more important. Friendship is important, but subordinate to family. Number 7. Limit children's after-school activities. Today, growing numbers of kids are overscheduled and participate in 6 or 7 after-school activities per week. The mother becomes a chauffeur and the children are never home at the same time. This is not a recipe for a happy family. Botich says, if your kids grow up not knowing how to do but late, they will be okay. No after-school activities is an extreme and too many activities is the other extreme, but moderation is where we should aim. Create your own after-school activities as a family, he suggests. For example, take your kids rollerblading, bike riding, or swimming after school as a family. Number 8. Build and honor rituals. Families need rituals. Botich says, rituals can be religious, national, or even family-specific, he says. Barbara Fees, Ph.D., professor and chair of psychology at Syracuse University in New York, agrees. Happy families have meaningful rituals and are not stressed out by them, she says. They can be unique to your own family, such as going for bagels on Saturday morning, a weekly pizza night, or even a family song. Rituals tend to bring family members close together because they are repeated over time. To work, rituals need to be flexible, she adds. They can't be rigid. Feast says, if the bagel place is closed, you have to go someplace else. Number 9. Keep your voices down. Remember that children thrive on stability. There has to be a calm environment at home, says Botich. Talk to your kids, give them strict rules, and punish children when necessary, but don't lose control and yell. If you yell at kids, that shows you are out of control and you create a non-peaceful environment. Number 10. Never fight in front of the kids. TV viewers never really saw Carol and Mike Brady go at it, did they? While some fighting or bickering may be inevitable, try to keep it away from the children. Botich says, if your kids see you fight and argue, apologize and say, we are sorry you had to see it. Daddy and I just had a disagreement, but everything is okay now. Number 11. Don't work too much. All work and no play does worse things to a family than make it dull. If you are away all the time and don't prioritize your kids will internalize feelings of insecurity, says Botich. They'll begin to believe that they're not valuable enough. Number 12. Encourage sibling harmony. Sibling rivalry can be divisive. I try to speak to my kids about how fortunate they are to have siblings, Botich says. Number 13. Have private jokes. Happy families have inside jokes. Syracuse's Fee says, jokes and nicknames symbolize that this is a group that you belong to and serves as a shorthand for larger experiences, she says. Number 14. Be flexible. This is easier said than done, says Fees. But by their very nature, families change, so you have to be open to change in membership and age. Fees says, Somebody gets married, somebody dies, somebody remarries, and teenagers are no longer children and young adults are no longer teenagers, but they are all still part of the family. Number 15. Communicate. Rose J. Perkins, EDD, Associate Professor of Psychology at Stonehill College in Easton, Mass., says that a happy family communicate with one another. Frequently, families are set up where everyone tells the mom and then the mom sends the message. But in a happy family, there are more flexible, open lines of communication. In happy families, all the members of family unit are able to communicate openly, she says. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel.